Can you guys hear me in YouTube world? Everybody that's attending for the intro class tonight, give me a thumbs up or a 1 in the chat if you can hear me live. All right, let's see. Okay, we're live, guys. Can you guys hear me in YouTube world? Can you guys hear me over there? Does everyone have? Okay, we got a 1 from Caesar, so Caesar can hear me. So I'm pretty sure everybody else that's coming into the room, let me know that you're good to go, that the audio is clear. Any kind of issues you're having, let me know early on so we can make sure we iron those out. Obviously, we're doing this as a kind of trial scenario for the first time of me doing it actually through YouTube. Typically, when I'm doing mentoring sessions to a degree, I'm doing them like personal, obviously mono and mono. So this is pretty much just, you know, me and that particular person doing that time allotted session, maybe 2 or 3 at a time in that regard. So by being that we're going to have a bigger group setting in this workshop type setting, you know, we're going to get all that, you know, pretty much the kinks ironed out. This is pretty much just a meet and greet scenario tonight anyway. But next time out, when we go live through YouTube, basically whatever the case, we'll have it situated, formulated, and we'll be, you know, kind of ready to rock and roll. All right. So again, introducing myself, this is Brother African Emporium. I always do thank Sister Monica for setting this up and kind of really doing the, you know, the back end logistics of getting it started. Very excited just to be here and this opportunity to share this information with you guys. Obviously, you know, you guys probably have seen my disclaimer that I put in the back chat, or also on YouTube. Obviously, just understanding that I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a accredited broker. I'm just a person that's offers some insight, you know, and also my opinion based on the information I'll be able to kind of quantify over my time of trading and investing in the market. So with that being said, you know, that covers me legally and it covers you guys as well. That we're just going to be on here trading ideas and opinions based on what we, you know, want to, you know, get from the market or learn about the market as a whole. All right. So for some of you guys that may be, like I say, new to investing, from the, you know, this is completely new to you guys. One thing I want to kind of put out there right now, and premise for everyone, is that I don't want you to have any kind of preconceived notions or, you know, where you got too much anxiety or too many, you know, too much. You kind of just, man, it got to be, you know, I don't know what to expect. So is it like, you know, like a school setting? Is it kind of like a college setting? Do we like a syllabus? No, I like to make it very user friendly, right? The market is stressful enough in terms of investing. You need to be able to learn information in terms of learning how to trade and invest in a way where it feels like you just learning how to ride a bike for the first time. And that's why I'm making like a very, you know, friendly or orientated kind of, you know, environment for that reason. So we both can filter information without it being so kind of, you know, tense and, you know, and it has to be certain this way and this and that way, because I'm not trying to be somebody that I'm not. I'm just a brother, once again, that has a passion for understanding, you know, that there's different opportunities out there where we can kind of, you know, make supplement income, primary income, whatever the case. And I've been investing, you know, kind of being very, you know, successful at being able to kind of quantify this down and use it to actually, you know, procure some capital in the market. I want to be able to share that information with you guys in that same likeness, like pretty much like I'm talking to a brother or a cousin or a sister or family member, right? So that way, it's no stress on you guys. I guarantee you, when you get through this whole, you know, ordeal in terms of the 3-month value of it, you'll be well endowed and comfortable in your setting. You know, obviously being that you take it serious to the point where, you know, you'll be, you know, you'll be, you know, leaps and bounds ahead of a lot of people that's kind of going into these different, you know, these bigger giant paid in, I guess, what they call them chat rooms, whatever they got. There were people charging thousands of dollars, right? But they're just pretty much just dumping blanket information out there. They're not dealing with people kind of really one-on-one, and it makes for like a school setting. It makes like if you don't catch up, you know, you get left behind. But you know, you didn't give this guy thousands of dollars. Once again, nothing against those people, but you know, I don't want that kind of environment. I want to really break down this information best I know how. Someone says they can't hear me. So Sean Holmes, you say you can't hear? Can everybody else hear me in the chat room? If you can hear me loud and clear, and it's not static, it's not distorted, could you please press 1, please? Let me know if I may need to slow down speaking or...
The YouTube sound is good. You might want to check his.
Okay. Just want to make sure everybody can hear me loud and clear. So everybody can hear me thus far pretty well. Okay, so Kenny can hear me, Caesar can hear me, Kiana. All right, so you guys can hear me. And like I said, it's just the meet and greet. So once again, it's nothing kind of going to be overly technical. We're just going to kind of go over some basic stuff and, you know, just kind of set the premise of basically what we're going to look forward to in terms of going through, you know, the session pretty much. So it's pretty much set like a workshop. And that's the best way to kind of premise it. Again, that it takes off all this kind of extra edge and it has to be overly kind of gaudy and, you know, like you finna go sit in like in some kind of executive, you know, broker room and they kind of breaking all this stuff. I don't know. I don't train that way. I don't even trade that way. You know, once again, I use a very user-friendly approach. You know, we use the information that's obviously available at everybody's discretion. I don't get anything extra that you can't get from the market in terms of how I research the information that I kind of, you know, that I'm quantifying or kind of, you know, when I'm doing a market analysis or a technical analysis in a sense, you're going to be able to find the same information, right? So for some of you guys that already got that initial email from me, that, you know, that already kind of, you know, got yourself started with, you know, with some of the information, perusing some of the information that we're going to kind of go over, you'll see within that email that these are just some, you know, some very turnkey basic things that you can kind of really start filtering through to get more acclimated to the idea of what we're going to be doing. All right, so and the rest of you guys will get it too. Just give me some time. Like I say, today was just a very busy day. I was trading, and I also had other people that I was actually mentoring. So I was just trying to kind of filter all that stuff, you know, all in one. So like Sister Monica just said, if you did not get the email from the investment information, obviously just press 2. Some of you guys came from the you know, the Urban Economic Empowerment show that we just did. So obviously you may not have had a chance to get that email in terms of that kind of introductory to the information that we're going to be going over in this kind of 3-month workshop value. And, you know, just kind of putting this out there already too, as we all know, you know, we all have lives and different things that come up and whatnot. So, you know, my thing is that I like to make sure that people can commit to at least 3 months, because there's no way you can get all this information in literally 1 month, right? It's just not going to happen. Not that you can't, and not that you can't figure this out on your own, but, you know, I want to be thorough in being able to kind of give you the best of what I know and getting you set up in a way where you'll be at least, you know, protected, you know, and getting started. Like I said, for some of you guys that's trading for the first time, you may have no idea what, you know, what to do, how to do it, and all that. And like I said, I don't want to have you, you know, walk around with that kind of level of tension on yourself and, you know, and kind of miss the idea that, you know, that it's not that serious as you think it is, or it's not that overly complicated. As we know in the market, we always say that this is not, you know, it's not a rocket science. It's not an exact science either. That's why, you know, no mathematician or person of that nature can trade better than the average person on the corner. It's about obviously learning how to quantify information, how well you interpret it, how well you know how to understand the values of patterns, indicators, and things like that when you're looking at a trading chart. As you guys may see on my TV screen in my office here, I have a live screen up right now with Bitcoin. All right, so I'm obviously watching, you know, Bitcoin, you know, obviously being traded right now. We know it's been getting beat up, you know, a lot lately. So, but you know, this is just kind of the basic stuff you're going to be seeing on a daily basis when you start trading anyway. You know, the different charts, you're going to learn the different indicators. You're going to learn what, you know, what a doji is from a dragonfly, doji from a hammer, inverted, all these different terminology. You're going to learn all this stuff, so it won't be so foreign to you. And once you do, once again, become more acclimated to the ideal of, learning how to break down this information, you'll see that this was like a super, super, super easy reality in terms of learning how to trade the market. The rest is just about how you, once again, go about trading from one spot to the next, you know, from one stock to the next, basically. All right, so just putting that out there. So you guys will have to bear with me a little bit. Like I said, too, we really get this YouTube thing down pat. And then we'll be doing it pretty much like how we do on the Urban Economic Empowerment show. And it'll be, you know, pretty easy for everyone. All right, so again, so for you guys that didn't get the initial email, just make sure you put in it too, and we'll get your names, we'll get your email, and we'll get the information out to you guys. Now, okay, now going on far as the payment scenario, it's pretty much like a donation setting, right? We want to make this understanding. Once again, being I'm not an accredited broker, right? I can't be charging you like in some kind of universal setting for you to be able to kind of pay me for, you know, for this information. And by, you know, putting it out there, it is in a sense like a donation value. It breaks down to pretty much like $1, you know, $1 a day reality for 3 months, pretty much for 90 days, right? And I make it very, very, very available, you know, that, you know, if a person can afford to, obviously, buy a bag of chips, obviously $1 a day for learning how to invest in the market, get some insight on the market should be well endowed, worth it. I guarantee you. Okay. So, again, obviously a person's time is valuable in a lot of ways. Obviously, I got a family for you guys that do know. I have a two-year-old son, beautiful 2-year-old kid. So, and a wonderful woman at home too. So obviously my time is also, their time too. So when I'm not with them, I'm trading or I'm studying or whatever the case. So it does matter in that regard. So pretty much you're just getting, someone to help you break down this information and so forth on, so you become acclimated to learn how to trade. So for everybody that's in right now, they can hear me pretty well. Everybody's still good. So Sean is saying he still can't hear me. Sean, is it still having a problem with his mic, guys?
I got him, African Emporium. I'm gonna have him call me. You just keep going.
Okay.
I got it. All right.
Okay, no worries then. All right. So with that being said, by the press of the number 1, I want to kind of get a feel for who anybody that's in here. Have you guys already been trading before? Have you had any kind of investing experience? Any kind of value, be it Roth, 401k, anybody got any mutual funds, ETFs that they invested in? Kind of give me a little background who's kind of already in the market in a sense. Can you guys press 1 if you've already been investing in the market at any level? So we can kind of get a head count a little bit of who's been investing. So press the number 1 if you've already been investing or have invested. Be it crypto, be it common stocks, be it Forex, be it, any of those scenarios. Have you been invested? Go ahead and press 1 so I know exactly kind of where everybody's at a little bit. Okay, so we got Stash, we got Robinhood, obviously we got crypto, we got Forex. This Kiana there, brother Derek, he has a Stash and Robinhood account. Okay, awesome. All right, Caesar has 401k. Great. I'm also going to give you some information about the 401k too at some point, show you if you choose to want to leverage your 401k, because we know how that works in terms of if you borrow against it, you got to pay that money back. But if you go to want to kind of, make a power move with your 401k to really fund your, pretty much a good trading account, because basically all it is that they're holding your money and they already invest into the market anyway through their company. So they're picking the collections of stocks that they want to be able to, to put you in a certain, percentage bracket that they're going to yield your annual return on your money. So they're using your money to kind of invest from a company perspective, but they're also giving you a back end return on, borrowing your money against it. You know what I'm saying? Same way like a bank does to a degree, but it's a more of a saving value. Now, one of my friends that I trade with, a brother, is an African brother from Kenya. He did something that a lot of people probably want to cringe. This guy actually cashed out his entire 401k and start trading with it live. So he's like, I don't want to, get these little 10% and 12% every year on my money. Let me just take my money and put it in the market where I want to put it in there. And, obviously for him, it worked. I know several other people that has done it too, but he's done, extraordinarily well doing that. He's pretty much taking his own financial literacy in his own hands and investing in the market under his own reconnaissance, Xing out the middleman basically. And that's what this, this whole intro to investing is all about anyways, learning how to remove the middleman out you guys' financial, curve of life and learn how to invest your own money, right? So you can be the kind of authors of your own, destiny and reality in terms of generational wealth building, right? But he did that once again. He cashed out. I forgot how much he said he took out, whatever the case. He had just got started. I think it was maybe close to over 100,000, whatever the case. But obviously he's flipped that money. He Daniel double, triple that money, and literally, maybe in a couple of years' time at the time when he took it out, and he's doing phenomenally well in the market, right? So these are the things once again that I want to touch on in terms of just showing you there's different avenues how you can go about doing it, and that may not work for everyone, but once again, we're going to start small. And from there, we're just going to work with each person individually under their own kind of, allotted time to learn how to invest in the market. All right. So we got, once again, Coinbase. Got a brother got a Coinbase. Yep. We got another Stash. Like I said, the basic stuff, Robinhood. And that's what I like to kind of get everybody started with first and foremost, is just kind of get some, just to get your little Robinhood account. Obviously, it's commission fee trading, so you don't have to worry about having to pay a fee to learn how to kind of, get to start the trade. It's kind of like trading monopoly money in a sense. You're going to put in a small amount, and we're going to kind of play with that, right? We're going to find out, what type of values of the market you probably want to invest in. Some people like technology, some people like biotech, some people like commodity-based stocks. Some people like trading. Let me see if some else what you like. So you got biotech, you got regular technicals. You have oil, you got oil ETFs, you got commodity-based trading, you got retail, you have insurance. I mean, there's so many different sectors of the market that you're going to learn about that, there's no it just shows you have a plethora of opportunity afforded to you once you learn how to trade the financial markets in a sense. Definitely a lot of the dividend-based stocks, and those are really cool too, because I have within the email that I sent you, I think Daryl earlier, it'll show you that there's some people in there that love dividend-based stocks as well. One of the guys that Tech Cash Out, he has a great breakdown on how to trade dividend-based stocks, basically for that quarterly payout yield, and you'll learn how to capitalize on that. So you'll buy into that stock literally, 15, 20 days out before they pay that dividend, just to get locked in so you can be accounted for that dividend. So if they're paying like 8% or 9%, I think Verizon pays out like 9% dividend yield for its investors. So that's a nice amount. So I mean, if you have, let's say, $1,000 invested into Verizon and they pay you a quarterly dividend of 9%. So what's 9% of $1,000, right? And so, you can see that if you start multiplying how much money you have in that, that's a nice little just free money payout. And that's not including you investing in that stock. And then the stock obviously has a upward growth projection too. So you're benefiting both ways, off the stock moving upward and also for the initial dividend. Like I said, but we'll get into all that stuff. This stuff will, like I said, come in due time. Right now, like I said, I just want to kind of, get some filler information out there for you guys, so you'll see or get a chance to really benefit from knowing, all the different things that we're going to cover. So within that initial email that I sent out earlier, for some of you guys that already got it, obviously, some of you guys have already kind of rendered your donation value to me. So obviously, typically, I send that email out when you kind of send me the donation. But basically, I'm pretty sure that everybody's on here that's, that want to be a part of this. Obviously, I look at everybody like family. I don't, I'm not here to kind of, be a kind of overly control and nitpicky kind of person like that. I'm just not built that way. I'm the type of person that's just very user-friendly, value and approachable. But we'll get the information out to you guys. So you will have that initial email. Then from there, like I said, I'll be able to unpack that information for you guys, so you know exactly what we're talking about going forward. So matter of fact, just kind of go over some of the basic stuff within that. And I say no worries for you guys that haven't got it yet, but you will end up eventually getting it. So obviously, I have a lot of PDF books that I have cached to give out to you guys. I spent a lot of time, accumulating this information. I've sat in the different rooms, like Timothy Sykes' rooms. I sat into the Bill Poulet's room. He's an option trader. I've sat in Ross Cameron Warrior Trader rooms. I've sat in Jason Bunn rooms. I've sat in the Candlestick course by Stephen Bigelow. He's like one of the world's foremost expert when it comes to candlestick trading. I've sat in these people live streams and rooms, obviously, these paid rooms where they're charging thousands of dollars to even to sit in their rooms. And I've been amass and accumulate all that information, be it their DVDs, be it their books. I got all this stuff cached, and I'm going to give that stuff all the way to you guys. I'm just letting you know right now. I'm going to give it away. And we're talking like $9,000 to $10,000 worth of cache information. I'm going to, give you guys access to that information. So you'll have, different perspectives, different opportunities to kind of peruse through, depending upon how you want to trade the market. Like I said, be it you want to swing trade, meaning you hold a stock more than 2 or 3 days. Be it you want to intraday trade, which is the most hardest way to trade, obviously, is day trading, because we know you have to be very locked in. You got to be undistracted. You got to be focused, because you're trading kind of real-time action of the market when it's moving, right? So you want to make sure that you're comfortable, you have everything in place. Make sure you have your due diligence has to be tight, your technical analysis has to be on point. And you got to go into the market and procure what value that you feel like you want to get out that day for as a percentage gain or a monetary value, right? And you're doing that based upon your risk management, not necessarily overexpose yourself, but give yourself the best risk versus reward ratio. I mean, if you put down, $200 and you're trying to make $100, that gives like a 2-to-1 ratio. And then, I mean, you have to be very dialed in to what you're trading that day to be able to kind of procure that capital, get that $100 payout that you're looking for out of the market, which it happens obviously on a daily basis once you know what you're doing. Again, we have stocks that run, big numbers throughout the day. And it will take a person that's long-term investing. Let's say you do annual investing, you may get 30% on your entire portfolio at the end of the year by having a diversified portfolio. Some people 20%, and they're fine with that. They're okay with that because they're in it for the slow roll, right? And there's nothing wrong with that because we're going to do that as well. We're going to teach you how to long-term invest. We're going to teach you how to short-term invest. We're going to teach you how to swing trade. We're going to teach you how to, dividend quarterly trade, teach you how to day trade, the whole gauntlet. Forex, options, all this stuff. We're going to have different people that can help you get that going too once we get you acclimated. So you'll be covered pretty much depending upon how you want to trade the market. Once again, so that's the greatest thing about it. So and it's the same that the only people that don't make money in the market or that don't make money or understand how to build generational wealth are people that are not invested. So basically, if you're not invested in the market at no aspect, then you're not building generational wealth. No matter how hard you work, no matter how much degrees, how many degrees you have, all that stuff, it's fine, but it matters not if you can't materialize that into having put capital in your pocket and putting capital in your bank account for your babies, right? That's what I love about the market, because you don't have to have a PhD. You don't have to have, like I say, some old, financial guru sitting there, telling you that, the only way you can be successful is you learn from me, all right? But I'm gonna need you to give me $5,000 up front before we get this information, right? No, that's false. That's fugazi. I'm not gonna sit here and dare even, put that information out to you guys, so you can, start, having all these kind of delusions to grandeur that it has to be a certain way. That's not how the market works. Right, the market rewards those who participate in terms of learning how to crack the oyster and get the pearl out. Meaning how much you research, how much you put forth the initiative to get the best due diligence to learn where, how, and why and when you're investing. Right, and those are the things that I'm very successful at in the market, where I've been able to kind of once again put up some good numbers. Right, and I know you guys heard me speak about on one of the shows that I've had some very, very successful trades, and this is once again a day trade. Right. So again, just a little background on myself, Brother African Emporium, actually own an African specialty shop. I sell indigenous, products from Africa. I'm into health and wealth. All right. Dr. Sabins, obviously one of my stables. I'm very much astute and studied his work. So I'm into that whole balance, good wealth and good wealth. Right. Good health and good wealth, basically. You can't have one without the other. Right. So within that, like I say, my mindset is that, I want us to have the best of both worlds if we can, but today we focusing on stocks in this realm, right? So if you like the other stuff, you can see about that later. But within that, I just want to show you guys a little bit what I've been in kind of amassed through my time of trading, so you can see it and get it from a more family, oriented, kind of environment, pretty much like from your brother. So again, like some of my best trades, obviously I've had some trades. Let me see if I can pull up my screen. I had some of my biggest trades. I think my biggest one I hit like $15,000 in one day. It was like $15,777 in one trade. And that was in a matter of, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 hours. I was trading the market, and I short sold a stock, CHFS. It spiked on a blockchain integration news. The stock, ran up like 200-300% in a matter of a day and a half, like literally 2 days. And I shorted it at the top, meaning I betted against the stock that it was going to come down because it was overextended, meaning it was up more than what its initial book value warranted for it to be at that price point. It was up on just hype alone and not, garnered revenue by putting out a good product, a good business to earn that valuation. So I short sold the stock, and I rolled the stock down literally from $18.90 all the way down to like $8 or $9, right? And that was one trade. Once again, I think like $8 or $9, whatever the case. And that was one trade, like I said, in a matter of like 2 or 3 hours, that stock fell down that much after running up that much. So I played it twice. I played it to the upside. I bought it at $7, $8, and I wrote the stock all the way up to like $24 and sold. Right, I did it in both of my Robinhood accounts, my wife's account and my account. Right, and that was like $1,300, something like that. And then I turned around and traded it in my bigger trading account, my leveraged account, and I short sold the stock. And I forgot how many shares it was. I have to pull the trade up. I could show you guys, in detail. But I wrote it back down, and that was like $15,000, literally like $16,000 in that one. So that one day I cashed out around like $16,000 in one day, right? And these are just opportunities that I'm speaking about that you guys can obviously, do at some point in your own trading career. So that's just something that, I want you guys to keep in mind. And keep in mind, you can and you will lose money if you're not invested in the market right. All right. That's why, people even like Warren Buffett, there's no day that he's always going out there just making, millions and millions of dollars. you know, without taking a loss too or taking a hit, right? But it's all about how much you expose yourself to this information or how much you overexpose yourself to the market, right? And that's the difference between some traders as opposed to others, right? So again, if any of the information that I'm kind of breaking down to you guys right now, if it's complicated or any kind of way, don't worry. We're going to make this stuff very, very, you know, simple. We're going to put it in layman terms as much as possible. We're going to dumb this stuff down the same way I was able to kind of quantify it and dumb it down. You guys are going to get it the same way. I trust me on that. So by the press of the number one, from what I'm saying thus far, is any of this stuff kind of making sense to you guys so far? So give me a one if it's making sense so far. So I know, make sure that we kind of stand, you know, staying on cue here and everybody's kind of paying attention and we're kind of getting the information. So can you press one in the back chat? Let me know that you understand thus far where we at. All right, so this is Keon, Badero, Derek, okay, awesome. It's making sense to everyone, great. Like I said, that's my biggest thing. All I want to do is dumb this information down for you guys. I don't want to make this complicated. Like I said, I want to make this very, very user-friendly for you guys. So when you actually start investing, if you already have not, you'll be, you know, comfortable in your setting, comfortable in your right to go into this market and take money from it that is owed to you anyway. And I just want to put this out there real quick too. There's $5.2 trillion that are being traded on the public market every single day. Let that marinate. $5.2 trillion is moved around this world globally between the hours, literally from 4 a.m. when the market opens up, meaning the New York Stock Exchange opens up at 4 a.m. in the morning and it closes at 8 p.m. right? Every day. There's $5.2 trillion that's moved around the world every day. And if you're not taking advantage of getting your slice of that money or that pie, something is wrong. We're not just talking 401k. We're not talking about TSP program. We're not talking about your Roth and all this stuff that's being obviously, watched over by a middleman to a certain degree or an intercessor on your side that's, obviously investing your money. You need to learn how to take a portion of your capital, meaning whatever kind of miscellaneous fund that you may have, set aside between you and your family or whatever the case, a portion of that, and trade the markets with it. So I always use this analogy right here. Let's say you got an extra $1,000 surplus. Let's say at whenever you get paid, whatever the case, right? Which pretty much becomes like miscellaneous income. Out of that $1,000, you need to take at least a third of that. Once again, we're gonna deal in thirds and threes. I love the number 3 for that reason, because y'all gonna say I got a plan in place for you guys to get started with. Once we get going, that you're gonna really benefit from. You're gonna love it. It's my 3% rule, right? You're gonna love it. I'll break that down when we get to that, cross that bridge. But if you take a third of that $1,000, which gives you literally about $333, right? And invest that in the market per every time you have that extra surplus. If even you just put that in an ETF, right? That's the value of learning how to go into the market to procure what they call compounding interest, meaning you just dollar cost average, and every time you get it, you just add that to the market, right? And if you just did that $333 alone, let's say you just did it monthly, right? So real quick, let's do that from a monthly perspective. And this is just basic, $333, pretty much times 12 months out the year, right? So if you just did that from a place of just investing, period, just put it into it, they call it to the security exchange. Go ahead.
What does ETM stand for?
ETP. Oh, hold up. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to click off there. Okay, so exchange traded market. So ETF. So there's exchange traded funds. The ETM is exchange traded. I want to say it's market, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let me pull up. Because I do ETFs here and there, but the ETFs are pretty much like the ETN values. There are different values of the exchange that you're trading. So within that, hold up 1 second, guys. And I'm gonna show you the power of understanding how you're gonna get all the information just by learning how to do like I did when I first started. And straight Google it, right? Even though I'm familiar with a lot of this information, but I want to show you exactly how you're gonna learn how to do literally just that, right? Because a lot of the stuff that you think is complicated is not. I mean, really, it's not, right? So no worries in terms of learning how to figure this stuff out. So if you have a question about something, I'm gonna give you the link to the Investopedia anyway. You're gonna see how to get this information, right? And not feel like you just got to, someone got to sit here and break all this stuff down to in a way where the only way you can get it if you just learn how to what, you got to sit at the feet of somebody that's trading or whatever for you to get this information. It's not that serious. It is not that serious, I guarantee you. All right. So you got escrow, to maturity, right? So these are the bonds. This is also when you're dealing with the treasury notes, stuff like that to that level. And that's basically what it is. So you're trading from a place of allowing your money to kind of mature over time and in bonds that pretty much. And for you guys that want to have that may have affinity to trading the bond market, pretty much the bond market is pretty much that you're trading debt notes. You're betting against the market that people are going to default on their money. The same way when the housing bubble hit back in the 90s and a lot of people lost their homes to creditors and debtors, it was because they were overextended and they were overly leveraged. They was buying a house that was too much more than what their means was allowing them to, because they got locked into what they call, these adjustable rates, right? And then they saw the rates go from a 4.7% or whatever the case, or 3% or whatever the case, and literally overnight it went up to like 14%. And they couldn't, obviously pay those, pay that note off or pay the tax on the house, whatever the case. And a lot of them ended up having to default on their loans, right? So that's, a tragic in itself, because once again, people wasn't necessarily financially literate enough to realize that you need to kind of move within your own means and trade the market in that same reality, or, invest in that same reality, because the house is an investment, right? This is, you're accruing opportunity to kind of, leverage some equity here, right? By buying that house, right? But once again, if your means doesn't meet at least, 2/3 of the value of your home, then you kind of overly leveraged in terms of, a house that much, for that price point. So if you got a $250,000 house, $250 million house, and you only have an annual income, right, of let's say 80,000, 90,000, then you kind of overly leveraged. Not that you can't do it, but that means if you have a partner with you, then yeah, I mean you got to double the amount. But if it's just one person, 80,000, it's pretty much that's too much house, right? You don't necessarily have to overly leverage yourself that way unless you're going to use it as an investment property, which you're going to procure capital from that. And actually, me and my wife, we have to actually have an investment property, and we looking to kind of take it to the next level and get another one soon too, with this next house here, right? So that's just the goal here. We're just trying to leverage ourselves throughout the market in different ways to kind of create income, right, for future generations. Like, so for when my son gets older, he has properties that he can manage, live in, or do whatever he wants to do with them, right? But that's just the goal. So beyond that, and me trading the market every day, that's what I want to be able to leave and pass on to him. Not just him, but my family members, my friends, my peers, obviously you guys are family too, and this likeness. So, that's what it's all about. Each one teach one kind of reality in that regard, right? So we talk about escrow to maturity ETMs for the bond market. So some guys that asked that question, that's basically what that is. And I have, like I say, a breakdown of the different things within that initial email that I sent out earlier that shows you where you can kind of look this information up at, how to apply it to your level of trading, and how it makes sense to you guys, or for the, that want to kind of, trade these different kind of exchanges and whatnot like that, right? So on the same thing when it comes to the ETPs, these exchange traded products, right? So we're talking about, different values, be it commodity-based things like that, be it sector-based type collection of different products that you can trade. It's kind of like an ETF when you're trading exchange traded funds. It's like a collection of different stocks all pooled in together, right? So say for instance, you want to buy Facebook, right? But you don't have, the $200 some that's Facebook trading to invest in that stock outright, right? So you say, well, I still want to buy some shares of Facebook. So you buy it with an ETF package. Well, this gives you an opportunity where you can get shares of Facebook, Google, Twitter, and it may just be like an all social site ETF base. And there's some of them out there too. Like I said, we'll get there. And I'll break all that stuff down to different ETFs that are out there that's traded upon the sector that you may have affinity to. That's when I spoke about that earlier, about you may have certain stocks that you may just want to trade, or a certain sector. You might just like biotech. You might be into saving the world through cancer treatments and stuff like that. You don't want to invest, only want to invest in those type stocks. I actually invested in a stock like that last Friday, a company called Atos. They're actually into breast cancer research, right? And I bought into that stock at literally like 38 cents, 39 cents. And some of you guys are on my Facebook page, you probably been seeing me posting it. I was posting it when I was like, I'm buying it right here, 38 cents, 39 cents, 40 cents. All right. And that stock literally from Friday till this morning, it went from 38 cents all the way to 98 cents. Let that marinate. It went from 38 cents, but actually it was lower than that when it first took off. It came from around like 20-something cents. But it went, I bought in at 38 cents, 39 cents, and I added more at 40 and 43. It went from 38 cents all the way up to 98 cents. So basically I did what? I doubled my investment. More than that. I 100% of my investment. So a stock, and this is what we call a penny stock. So meaning that stock was trading at what you call a penny increment value. And a penny stock pretty much is anything that's traded at $5 all the way down to 0001. So there are stocks that you can trade in the 10th of a penny of value. And these are what they call the OTC type stocks, over the counter type stocks like that. And we'll get into all that stuff, we'll break all that stuff down. But it's called the OTC stock, or what they call a real dark market or dark pool type stocks like that, where they're trading, they haven't really made it to the NASDAQ, or step their game up in a sense and made it to the big league and trading like on the NYSE, on the Russell, on these different things. But they're there to prove themselves before they can make it to that next level, right? Because it comes with a higher fee to be listed on a higher exchange, like a NASDAQ, because it gives you more exposure. But there's money to be made there. I've traded plenty of those stocks on the OTC market that has done phenomenal. And these were a lot of my marijuana-based stocks. And I was talking about this last year on the show when I was first starting to get on the show with Sister Monica and Sister Cheryl and Brother Garfield. And we were talking about marijuana investment. These were the type of stocks I was posting to the chat at that time. Stocks like OWCP, MNTR, BUDS, TWM. Well, it's changed now, but it used to be M something else, but it changed and merged to a company called TWMJF, and CBIS. I mean, there's many of them, right? So I was actually in OWCP when it was trading at 003 and 008, somewhere around there. One of my friends that actually traded that stock, he traded it from 0036 in September. I can tell you the date, like I know, like yesterday. He bought into that stock in 2016. It was traded at 0036, literally at 0036, right? He bought in with 1,000 shares. I mean, excuse me, $1,000. He bought $1,000 worth at that price point. In February of 2017, that stock went from 0036 over time opposite. Then it had what they call a breakout moment, and it went up to like $2.70 or $2.90 if my memory serves me right. He held on to that stock that long. When it's on his $1,000 initial investment, he cashed out with $466,000 just from February 2016 to from September 26 of 2016 to February of 2017. He cashed out at $466,000 off that one trade, just by being patient. Now that wasn't even an entire year. He did that literally from October, November, December, January, February, about 5 months, and he cashed out at $466,000 off that trade. These are the opportunities that I'm talking about here that can happen, right? And that's because you're just being, at least you're acclimated. You're in the opportunity that you can potentially produce this kind of income by being invested into the market. You cannot make this kind of money if you're not invested in the market. Show me anywhere on the planet legally where you can make 6-figure income, 5-digit income, 4-digit income, literally in a matter of 5 or 6 months, or just by putting a little money aside, putting it in there, set it and forget the whole Ron Kovacic drill, and investing into the market. Show me anywhere you can do that legally in the market, on this world, on this planet, and procure that kind of capital. It's not going to happen, right? And here's what's also good about this, guys. You can do this anywhere you want around the world, as long as you have a Wi-Fi signal, laptop, tablet, computer, and some capital to put down, right? And that's the greatest thing I love about investing. You're not landlocked, right? You're not firewall, for this reason or that reason. You have no one controlling your time in terms of how you invest in the market. It's you against the market every day. So that's something to think about. Once again, that's just his success story. Like I said, I told you about one of mine. Once again, 3 hours, literally about 2 hours and 20-something minutes. I shorted that stock down, from literally $18 all the way down to $8 or $9, I think, and that was like $16,000 literally in one trade.
Do you see that question on African porn?
Okay, so what? So let me see real quick. So how do I know when to cash out? Okay, so knowing when to cash out or when not to cash out. These things, once again, you will learn. I guarantee you. All this stuff, once again, may seem like, man, what is this guy talking about? It sounds good, but when, where, how, and why, as I premised earlier, these are the things that, once again, over time, you will become acclimated and learning how to do. When to do it, why are you doing it, where are you doing it at, in what stock, whatever you're doing it at, you know what I'm saying? And those things become, once again, second nature to you once you learn how to invest in the market. It's like anything, right? If you're buying low and you're selling high, in the aspect of buying, a common stock value for that value of its upward projection or its growth value, then, when you learn how to set support and resistance line, and these are just different channels that you could trade a particular stock in, meaning it may have a resistance that it may not break this particular threshold, meaning it has went up there before and never kind of peaked that interest of getting over that. That may be a place of resistance. So if you bought in, let's say, under that, let's say a stock has resistance at $1. We know that anybody that buys a penny stock that's traded in the NASDAQ market or the NYSE or any of these different, bigger exchanges, the hardest part for them to do is reach $1 mark. It's something about a psychological barrier that comes along with the stock that's having a problem for it to be able to kind of trade above $1, just one measly dollar, right? And that's what's interesting about that. Just one measly dollar, that becomes a psychological barrier. So like today, when I was talking about the stock, the ATOS stock, right? I'm gonna post it in the back chat on the YouTube real quick here. The ticker symbol is ATOS, and you guys can kind of go pull this up on your phone. You just go right to Google and put it in, basically the same way that you see me posted in there. That's how easy it is. You're gonna learn how to use your smartphone to look up these different tickers, to look up, what we call a ticker, meaning a particular stock symbol. You're gonna learn how to get a lot of information on these particular companies by just doing just that, right? So that particular stock, all right, welcome, brother, everything's. I see you just coming in. Welcome, everybody just still coming in. So come on in. Once again, we're just having a meet and greet today, going on with some basic information that we're going to kind of premise before we kind of get this thing kicked off, full stream next Thursday. So welcome, brother. All right. So that particular stock, once again, OTOS. So let me go to my YouTube here, or excuse me, my screen share here. Let me see if I can pull up and just share it on my screen itself. So you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about here. All right. So let me go back to, all right, so let me, I guess, present to everyone. I guess it'll clear in a minute here. So give me a second here. Let me see if it's coming up here. So you guys got to bear with me because I'm still figuring out the YouTube thing. I'm used to doing it my, like I say, one-on-one, the old school way. All right, so going to, let's go here. So go straight to Google and we'll put in, as you saw, ATOS, right? So if you guys can see my screen, just give me a second. Let me see if I can pull this up. All right, so real quick, that particular company, right? Also, we know it to be a biotech company that deals in, it specializes in trying to provide cures for cancer. Their main pipeline drugs has to do with, breast cancer, right? That's pretty much their, their niche drug market that they're trying to cater to. One of their premier pipeline drugs is called edoxafen, right? They actually just had news on that today. They did a conference call speaking about that particular company. That particular drug that they just had a phase 1 study that they're having some good, what they consider to be called, good efficacy in terms of how that stock is being, or the growth value of that particular drug is doing pretty well, basically, in a nutshell. That is doing pretty well, and at some point they're looking to kind of get an FDA approval, right? So that means when a stock, a biotech stock that's traded, like say, under a penny, under $1, ends up getting what they call the FDA approval, then you can only imagine what's going to happen, particularly for that company. It's going to skyrocket. Meaning that particular company at that point just became, a major player in the industry of what, pharmaceutical industry value. So two things can happen. It either merge with a bigger company, right? So they can really give them the capital they need to kind of scale their drugs and their pipelines to keep going further, or they can particularly just get bought out outright. And most of these companies that are trading at that interval, they're actually trying to get bought out. They want somebody to come buy them out, right? That's the whole value of their research and development, is that, some bigger company come along like, Celgene or what's another June Kite. There's several of them. What's another big company out there that's obviously like Merck, Pfizer. These companies come along and just buy them out, right? You know, $2-3 billion, whatever the case. You know, their valuation before that may have been like a $32 million company on the books. They just got a paycheck for $3 billion. You know, who wouldn't take that? You know, so interesting. So that's the greatest thing about it. So again, once again, just kind of going over that stock, Atos, right? I was trading the stock once again from Friday. It was trading once again. Matter of fact, let me pull up this five-day chart. So 5 days ago, like I was talking about, you know, literally Friday, it was trading at like 39 cents, right? 39 cents. And since Friday, it peaked at 98 cents. Right? It went all the way up to like 98 cents. Pre-market, actually this morning went up to 98 cents. So these are the type of gains and returns that I'm talking about, literally where you just trading the pennies based stock. So basically if you had, you know, let's say, you know, $100, right? You had $100 in the particular, and you just bought, you know, the stock when it's trading, let's say 40 cents, right? So out of that, you know, you getting that value in the share count. Let's just do the math real quick so you guys get to understand what I'm talking about here. And like I said, we're not going to make this kind of overly long. We're just going to go with some basic stuff there before we have the real deal kick off next week. But let's say $100 and the stock was trading at 40 cents, right? So in the value of that, you know, how many shares did that give you? If you bought the stock at 40 cents and you only had $100, how many shares of that stock can you buy? So for you guys who's paying attention in the back chat, can you guys give me, you know, I'm gonna see if you pay attention here. How many shares can you buy of a 40-cent stock with $100? So someone post that in the back chat. Let me see you kind of paying attention a little bit because, you know, this is an experience here, but you guys get used to doing it, you know, because I had to learn the same way. I had to put in that work. I had to be on my, you know, pull out my calculator. I had to be on YouTube, right? I had to be doing all these different things, you know, to kind of get this information, right? So I can learn how to trade the market at some point. So I had to take it serious, right? So I want you guys to take it seriously because not only that, you know, I know what it's going to do for you guys once you learn this information. Once you get this, I tell you what, you're going to be so, you're going to be so grateful for it when it's all said and done. So just understanding that.
Repeat the question again. You said 4 cent is a 4-cent stock, and you got $100.
Right, you got $100. So how many shares can you get out of a 40-cent stock? So everybody got what, 25, right? So 25, you can get about 25 shares, right? Okay, so let's do this here. So if you got 25 shares, right? So the stock was trading at, once again, at what, 40 cents, right? Friday, it was trading at 40 cents, right? So I'll make sure let everybody get their numbers in there, right? So they can know exactly what's going on here. So everybody saying, so some people said, someone said 250, someone said 25, right? So let's make sure we let everybody get the answers in here. Is everybody pretty comfortable on
Is it 4 cents or 40 cents?
40 cents. So let me.
Oh, 40 cents.
Yeah, so
0.40.
0.40. Y'all gotta forgive my accent. I grew up in the South, guys. Forgive me. But yeah. So let me post that right here. Let me make sure I do it that way. So you got 40-cent stock, and you're trying to buy 100 shares. Excuse me, you got $100 to spend on that out of a 40-cent stock. So let me put that in the back chat so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Yep, somebody already on it. There we go. There we go. So you guys are already on it. All right. So I just want to kind of see exactly how you guys are, understanding the value of the computation value, so you can kind of see what. And I'll break all this stuff down once again. It's not to kind of put anybody on the spot. You're gonna learn all this stuff once again. We're family here, so I want you guys to learn it in that same setting, right? Like a very, very simple family setting where you're not having to kind of, feel like you just got to, be a smarter person in here or whatever. That stuff, no, it's not that kind of party here. All right. So out of that, so that $100, right? You buy that 40 cents, it gives you what? 250 shares, right? All right. So you guys getting it, right? So 250 shares. All right. So the stock went to 98 cents during pre-market, right? So we'll just say, for the sake of trading, because most of you guys probably wouldn't be able to trade pre-market, early on until you get started. You learn how to, trade those kind of early market before the market opens up. We'll just say it opened up this morning. It opened up at 85 cents. So we'll just say 85 cents, right? Just to be for the sake of, being 100% thorough in terms of that stock. So it opened up at 85 cents a morning. So if you sold it this morning at the 85-cent mark, that means from 40 cents to 85 cents, that's how much difference of money you made per share. So what number is that?
Repeat.
So the stock went to 85 cents this morning. It opened up this morning in the market at 85 cents. You bought into the stock at 40 cents Friday, right? So how much money per share are you getting, right, out of your 250 shares? So pretty much from 85 cents minus 40 cents. 85 cents minus 40 cents. Exactly, 45 cents. So just 85 cents minus 40 cents. So you gain 45 cents a share. You gain 45 cents a share by buying that stock at this low price base point, and you chose to sell it at 85 cents. Although it went higher, but you just chose to sell it at the beginning this morning. You say, you know what? I don't want to risk holding this stock because they got news today. It may not be good news, it may be bad. I don't want to risk it, right? And that's your choice. You don't have to, no one's sitting there telling you can't when and where you want to sell your stock. It's all dependent upon how much you want to get out of that particular company based upon you investing in it, meaning your percentage value you're looking to get out of that stock for that day. Does that make sense to you guys? Let's pay attention a little bit. Let me know if it's making sense a little bit. Press 1 if it's making sense. If it's making sense to you guys, what I'm talking about, press 1 in the back chat a little bit. Let me know that we kind of keeping on board here, that everybody's getting the information. And if you don't get it, don't be afraid to say, I don't understand. I'm going to break this stuff down. That's the importance of this mentor program anyway. The goal is to make sure that you get this. So when you're doing this, you're going to know what you're doing. You're not going to say, well, I sat in on somebody's class, or I went and bought one of these gurus, and all the information was good. They were showing me these Maseratis and Ferraris and all this, but they really ain't spend no time on me personally. So I really didn't really get a lot of information. I paid them $5,000. No, that's not what's going to happen, not on my watch. I guarantee you that. You're going to learn everything I got and then some, and then so you can be very thorough in what you're doing, right? And that's why I know all you guys are going to be successful at this, because I was just like you guys when I told us to say, you know what? I'm actually going to start trading the market in real time. I'm going to day trade. I was already familiar with the whole mutual funds and ETLs and the TSP, the FOMO. I was already familiar with that, right? Let me take it to the next level. Let me get myself going in terms of the market, in terms of learn how to trade this market on a daily basis, right? And that's what you guys are going to learn too. So real quick, so that means you doubled your investment, right? Because the stock obviously went 100%. It went from 40 cents all the way up to 85 cents this morning. You doubled your money. So again, I ask you guys, show me anywhere else you can double your investment. Obviously, being that you were studied up properly, you chose to take that stock because of X, Y, and the third. You will learn that, and I'll break all that stuff down to you. And you had a chance to really, double your money in a way where you just bought yourself an extra $100 just by investing into a personal company. You bought share equity stake in that particular company, and then you cashed out, 5 days later or 4 days later. Imagine if you had $1,000 in that. So if you bought $1,000 worth, right? So $1,000 worth is how many shares? We already know that $100 worth gives you 250 shares. How much does $1,000 gives you? Right, exactly, Dario. Buy low, sell high. So if you bought $1,000 worth, how many shares do you get from $1,000 investment from a 40-cent stock? So somebody post that in the back chat. It's very easy because you already know you just add a zero to it, but exactly 2,500, right? You get 2,500 shares, right? So if you bought 2,500 shares of that stock, right, at 40 cents, and it went to 85 cents this morning, right? And you chose to sell today, right? Because you didn't want to risk holding the stock through the news. As they say, buy the news, buy the rumor, sell the news. You're gonna learn all this stuff, right? So that means you say, I want to cash out this morning. I'm good. So $2,500 shares times what? 45 cents, right? So how much is that? Someone throw the number in the back chat real quick. Let me know you're paying attention. How much money did you just make from a 4-day swing, holding that stock from Friday till this morning? How much money did you make on that investment? So someone post that in the back chat. Give me that number. All you're doing is pretty much adding a zero to that last figure we did with the $100 mark. So how much is that? I'll wait till somebody posted in there. So yeah, you got it's 45 cents, right? So Sean got it right. So brother Sean got it right. So you made $1,125 in 4 days by buying the stock, what they call setting it and forgetting it. You bought in, right? You obviously monitored the stock, but you bought in because what? They got news coming out, right? I bought into that stock because I knew they had news coming out. I knew they had a conference today. And I also know that Friday that they had got what they call a price target raise, meaning a bigger investment company said, you know what, we value this company at this because they got what? This, that, and the third going on with them, that they're going to be a growth stock. I mean, they got good drugs in their pipeline. They're going to do good. They may be traded 20 cents a day, but we're going to raise a price target to $2. They got a price target raise up to $2, meaning they should be worth or trading at a multiple of $2 a share based upon everything that they got going on with them and their company, to the point where that, at some point they saw this company going to be trading at what? $2 a share. So it literally went from like 20-something cents up to 30 cents, and from 30 cents up to what? 98 cents. So I mean, you cashed out with $1,125 and supplemented income just by putting $1,000 down, setting it and forgetting it. Right? Just think about that. So you doubled your money. So now you walk away with what? You got $1,125 plus the $100 that you put in initially. You walk away with $2,125. Now you would have never got that chance to make that kind of supplemental income, putting your money in the bank, waiting on the interest to accrue. You would have never got that extra $1,125, right? Just saying, well, hey, let me go play the lottery. Let me go chance in the lottery. You can probably get lucky, but if you don't get that number right, or you don't get that right scratch off, you lose all your money. Well, that doesn't happen in the market, because if a stock ever goes against you, they have a scenario and mechanism called a stop loss, meaning you can put a stop value on your money. Meaning you bet on a stock, meaning in the terms of it's going to go up, you invest in it for the value that it's going to go up. Well, guess what? And if the stock pulls back, which it happens sometimes, stocks pull back before they go up, what they call a pullback or a dip in a sense, and it pulls back, let's say 3%, right? And you set your stop loss threshold at, let's say 4% or 5%, right? Even 1% if you want to make a tighter stop loss, right? That stops you out, that stop automatically, meaning it'll trigger and sell it for you. So you don't have to worry about losing what? A lot of your money, right? So all this stuff, once again, you're going to learn. I'm just kind of giving you some basic understanding of, what, when, where, and how, right? For now, until we get into that nitty gritty. But you're going to get this stuff once again. A lot of this stuff was the same way for me when I started. It was very foreign. So again, you doubled your money, you doubled your investment, and now you're on your way pretty much at this point. You're learning how to take something and grow something from it, right? And that's the greatest thing I love about investing. So you're in control, pretty much. You're in the driving seat, right? So just a scenario I want to kind of speak on in that regard. So Brother Dario asked what it would sell it for you. Oh yeah, it'll pretty much sell it for you. It's called a stop loss. And you're gonna learn all this. Stop loss, you have a stop loss, you have a trailing stop, meaning it trails your money. Meaning however your money goes up in terms of it keeps going up, you can put what they call a trail stop on it. Meaning if you already in a stock and let's say you bought it at $1 and the stock jumped up and ran to $2, you set a trail stop at 80 cents of that dollar. Meaning you want to lock in at least 80 cents of that dollar profit that you've already made so far. You can set a trail stop at that 80 cents value, and if it dips below or it pulls back from continuously going up, it'll automatically trigger and sell it for you and lock in you 80 cent profit per share, depending on how many shares you got. That's awesome. Like I said, you can just you already see the stock going up, right? You say, okay, I got something to do real quick. I got to run, upstairs for something real quick. Let me put a trail stop on this stock real quick, since I'm not here to watch it manually. So in the event, if it pulls back on me while I'm not awake, it'll automatically trigger and sell it for me. It triggers and sells it for you. Locks in your 80 cents per share profit, and you already kind of captured or netted that money. Again, opportunity with fail safes, with trigger mechanism, everything in place to make sure it protects your capital. That's one thing I love about the market. And that's why I tell when they come to me and you hear me, oh man, it's not gambling, all this stuff. I'm like, literally. See, this is why black people are in the situation they are. They have no understanding about more than what they've been conditioned to believe and what they've been led to believe, in a sense where they teaching you not to be able to access this information because they don't need you competing with their children or, you know, whatever the case. So that's out. Those days are over with. You guys are going to get this stuff. You're going to learn it. You're going to learn how to use it to benefit you and your family. As I always say, supplemental income can become primary if you learn how to do it right. Supplemental income can become primary if you learn how to do it right. And again, I get no special privilege that you can't have. That's afforded to me. It's afforded to you the same way. You're going to see the same stuff I see when I go into the market. You're going to see the same charts I see when I go into the market. You're going to get the same value. It's all about how you interpret the data. And like I say, for most of you guys that stick through this here, that are steers, you stick through these 3 months here. Obviously, you can go a lot longer after that 3 months here. But when you stick through this 3 months and be dedicated to understanding that you want to really get this here, one thing I can guarantee each and every one of you, and this is not me blowing smoke or no pipe dream, this is the hard-earned fact. One thing you guys are going to do and get from this here is that once you learn this craft here, how to invest in the global financial market, you are set for life. Mark my words on that. If you learn how to do this right, if you learn how to do this properly, you are set for life. Meaning no one can ever slow you down from being able to accomplish your goals, you know, be it, you know, paying bills or whatever the case you do, you set for life. Because as long as you got a Wi-Fi signal, laptop, tablet, or computer, and some initial capital to put down into the global market, you can always find a way to procure you some capital, make you some money. We had the scenario when Hurricane Harvey hit, and a lot of our brothers was, you know, left in despair and distraught with what was going on over there in Houston, a place like that, right? And a lot of their businesses that shut down because of what? The place was a wreck. It was devastated, right? No one could make money unless you was already on, you know, a salary-based scenario or whatever the case. You weren't making no money, meaning you behind now. Your bills didn't stop. I guarantee the bills didn't stop. They didn't say, well, we're gonna give you, you know, a sympathy play on you paying your rent. Some may have, but some of them didn't. No, that rent still got to come forward because then people got to still pay their property tax, so they still need their rent, right? But guess what? Even in that moment of despair, and I'm not saying this to kind of you know make light of people's situation because no one wants to be in that horrific situation. Even if you was in a waterlogged home, right, or on top of your roof, and you still had a power in your cell phone where you can get a signal, you could have still went into the market and made money even in your moment of despair. Show me anywhere else you can do that in a scenario like that and be afforded the opportunity like that. I'll wait. I'll wait, bro. I'll wait. So you can't do it, right? But the market gives you that opportunity because guess what? The stock market was still open, wasn't it? The stock market was still open even in the midst of a hurricane. The market was still open because they ain't finna shut down this global market where they're making $5.2 trillion a day that's being moved around the world globally on account of one natural disaster, right? And that's just the power of business because what? The lights got to get, stay on, right? The machine has to keep, being oiled. So that's, again, I want you guys to realize that that's the power of investing, the opportunity that's afforded to you, the opportunity that's afforded to you, right? And you'll never have to worry about it because you know as well as I know, no one sat you down and taught you this stuff or was going to teach you this stuff. They're not going to teach you this even in your economics class. They're not going to break this stuff down. They give you the very basic. When you guys took economics in high school, they give you the very basics. When y'all went through the stock value of investing and stuff like that, it was very, very basic and limited. But guess what the difference was? When you went home, you didn't get any more information on this. Your dad and your mom were like, what? Man, you better go in them books and figure it out, or you better call a tutor or whatever, figure it out. You smart. But guess what? When the other kids went home, guess what happened? Oh, yeah, let me break this down to you. Let's talk about valuation. Let's talk about earnings per share. Let's talk about PE ratios. Let's talk about EBITDA. Let's talk about risk versus reward. Let's talk about risk management, right? Let's talk about all these different terminology. And then parents sit there and broke this up down. And then they say, oh, I was waiting to tell you this, but when you hit 13, we actually already had trust set up for you. We set up a trust when you was a baby from our early investments. And it's been maturing over time. Every year it grows 10, 12, 15%. So we started out with initial, $10,000 when you was a 2-year-old baby. We put a $10,000 in the trust fund for you. And every year it's been once again accruing 10, 12% every year. It's been compounding interest. The child hits 13, y'all do the math. The child hits 18, y'all do the math. On our side, we're just passing on what? Generation debt, me, my favorite cooking pan, Auntie Sally's favorite walking cane. We passing down that kind of stuff. It's sentimental, but guess what? That don't keep the lights on. That don't keep foods in our baby's stomach. That don't put no clothes on our back. It's sentimental. I get it, but we are beyond being a sentimental people. Now we got to start being about some action. And the market again is going to be the one tool that I know that I've been able to be successful at learning up to this far. Once again, I'm still learning this stuff too, right? There's no finite value in understanding the market. You always constantly learning. But once you get enough of this information down and underneath your wing, you're going to be set for life. And I guarantee you, 5, 10 years from now, you're going to look back and say, you know what? Hey, you know what, Brother African Poor, he told me this. He told me this. He told me this because I was serious enough to be serious. I took it serious. And you're going to be sitting somewhere on the island somewhere with your little tiki straw, your coconut, whatever amount of cash you need on hand, right? Doing what you want to do under your own auspices, under your own time, because you took a chance on yourself. You're not taking a chance on me. Keep in mind, ain't nothing I can give you here that you can't get yourself. The same way I went into Google and Googled all this information and got on what they call an information chase, not a paper chase, until it came later, I went on an information chase. I went on an information chase. I went and searching down. I went and Googling everything I could about investing. I went and signed up for these gurus, chat rooms and signing up for their webinar courses. I went through all that. I did all that so you don't have to do it, basically. Paid hundreds of dollars and thousands of dollars and taking a loss here and doing this here so you don't have to do it. So as they say, somebody got to go out there and test the waters before they sign up to say to bring the others along. Right. So now it's my opportunity to bring you guys along. So here we are. Right. So team effort, value. So that's what I love about this opportunity is that we're going to use the best of our think tank, our ability to feed information off one another, and we're going to grow from this opportunity. And like I said, again, all the questions that you guys have, once again, it's just the meet and greet. All the questions you guys may have will come in due time and will get answered. Right. And like I said, for the different aspects of the market that you may want to trade, you may have an affinity to want to trade the options market, right? You want to trade the fractional value of the options market, right? I got people set you up with that. You might want to be, just trade once again like Forex, like Sister Kiana, she likes the Forex market. She got started trading the Forex market, right? And you want to trade, the pips and understand the value of current global exchanges and trading them against one another, like the euro versus dollar, the yen versus this, that's the greatness of understanding that you're not landlocked to one scenario, right? Some people might just want to do ETFs. They want to be really good at trading ETFs. Well, guess what? There are tons of great ETFs out there that you can buy and just, park good money in and just trade them under that regard. Be it a long-term or day trade. You can even day trade those. Like natural gas right now is like, was through the roof, a week ago because this extra surplus that came in from all this kind of winter storm. So guess what? When there's a storm going on and everybody would need gas to heat their home, do you not think that natural gas prices are going to go up? Meaning the stack value is going to go up because there's demand for it. So you're literally trading supply and demand. That's all you're doing. You're trading supply and demand. Who has the best supply for that level of demand? And you want to buy in at a lower price and take advantage of all the particular upside that you can get from it. That's all you're doing. You're just washing and rinsing and repeating that same algorithm over and over and over, right? Until it becomes second nature to you. Some of you guys that might just want to trade the commodities market. You might want to trade peanuts and soy, corn, and wheat. You could trade those. And I know one guy, he was a corn trader. All he traded was a corn market. On a global market, he made it killing. These are people I can literally go to right now and be like, hey, yeah, all I traded was corn. I got used to trading. Some people I know only trade the gold market. That's all they trade is the gold market, right? JDST. They trade JNUG. What's the other? AU, another one. It's plenty of them. It's so many different gold plays out there. You can just trade them on a daily and just trade gold alone. And be special, have a specialty in just trading gold. So that's what I love about this. Once again, you're not locked into one scenario. There's over 28,000 different stocks that are traded on the New York Stock Exchange every day. Over 28,000 stocks that are traded on the U.S. market every day. You just want your sliver, once again, or your piece of the pie. And keep in mind, there's 252 allotted trading days out of the year. Meaning you get up to 252 trading days that you get a chance to trade, right? The global market zone from an annual perspective, right? And out of that 252 trading days, you just want to make sure that you take your piece of the pie off the table within that allotted time, right? So keep in mind. So I have one breakdown for you guys that's been on my Facebook page. You might have seen on my cover page, where I have a breakdown of the certain values of money that if you learn how to procure, taking this kind of money out of the market every day, the kind of money that you can make at the end of the year. So for some of you guys, if you see that, if you only, make, let's say $100, if you make $100 a day, right, in the market, which is very doable, right, times 252 trading days out of the year, how much money did you just make on an annual basis? And supplemental income, keep in mind, this is supplemental income. How much money do you make off of 252 trading days out of the year if you just learn how to make $100 a day? All right, somebody put that name in the back chat for me. Let me know that we all keep it up with each other. So how much is, $100 times 252 times $252? Excuse me, 252 days a year. Close. You got to move your decimal over, your comma over a little bit, but you're close. You good? Like I said, just there we go. So how many people can use an extra $25,000 in supplemental income at the end of the year by being disciplined and learn how to trade the markets? I'm pretty sure everybody in here definitely can use an extra $25,000, right? And that's just, once again, $100 a day, right? There you go. More prop people throwing numbers in there, right? So we know it's easily over $20,000. We know that easily, right? Right? Easily it's over 20,000. Now, how many people could be afforded an opportunity to do something like that, working their job alone and thinking they can get a raise to get the extra 25,000, or going out there doing, working other different jobs and scenarios, which you can do, but you got to, go through all your loops and holes and hurdles to be able to procure that kind of capital, right? And supplemental income, when you could do this from the comfort of your cell phone, laptop, computer, on the way to work, in the bathroom in the morning, on driving with your wife in the car, maybe she driving and you trading, on your vacation, sitting in the boardroom meeting and the boss in there boring you, you're under the table on your desk and you trade the market, right? Making money. A lot of them do that too. Don't get it twisted. They make a ton of money while you're sitting on everybody else's job, right? And they're making all this money. And you, on the other hand, you have no kind of supplemental income coming in, right? Brother Garfield trying to give you opportunities. Sister Cheryl giving you opportunity. Excuse me, guys. Sister Monica giving you guys opportunity, right? So many people that's afforded this opportunity to share in the Black wealth opportunity for you guys, to give you guys all this opportunity, right? And no one's partaking in the opportunity in it. Here I am on the stock market side of the house saying, once you go get your credit cleaned up, once you go get your LLC branded, once you go get you a couple of government grants on your belt, right? Once you go, sign up for a Z-Black card and, get yourself acclimated to my income and learn how to get all this residual income coming in. I also can trade the stock market. I also can go into the market and make what I need from it, today to even build up my business, right? I got a passion for t-shirts or woodworking or fixing cars, whatever the case. You got opportunities here. You got opportunities here that's afforded to you, once again, at your leisure. You want to wake up today and say, you know what? I'm not even going in today. I ain't got time to deal with these people in the job. These people give me a headache. I'm going to sit home and make more money in the market than I would have made going sitting at this man's job all day by trading these financial markets and taking advantage of the opportunity that's afforded to me on a daily basis, where $5.2 trillion are being moved every day. I want my slice of the pie. You wake up in the morning, you study in the market. You may wake up at 6 o'clock. Sometimes I'm up 6 o'clock. Sometimes I'm up 5. Sometimes I'm up 4 o'clock in the morning. I might be up trading crypto market, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Taking advantage of the different, other countries when they come online and wake up and start trading money. I'm trading the volume with them. I come in, make a little money with that, and then I wait, roll over, come into the market on the New York Stock Exchange and trade the global market from that perspective. You're not limited. There's money being made 24/7, 365. And if you only locked into money that you can make from 9 to 5, the ubiquitous 9 to 5 job scenario, that ain't enough. That ain't no cut it, bro. That's just not gonna cut it. You know, we need to be once again learn how to go out there and find other streams of income that we can garner from the market once again, and that's what I want to help provide for you guys. So again, just kind of going over some basic stuff, getting through some of the the prerequisites value, some of the things that we're going to go over, some of the things that we're going to cover. We're going to get this stuff popping, right? Also, I see my brother Chris came in. Chris McKinney, how's it going, family? All right, yeah, the brother tell you right there. He's actually traded in some of the rooms I've been in before. One of the other brother channels I used to kind of add a lot of value to and advice to. A guy named Sal, right? Started being on his show a lot too, bringing advice. He actually came and saw us doing the Urban Income Empowerment show, and I linked with him from there, and then turned around. Here I am, obviously doing my thing now in that regard too. So once again, there are other brothers and sisters out there doing the same thing, providing information. Got YouTube shows where they're kind of breaking down the market on a daily basis, giving people opportunity. Right. So good to see you, brother Chris. Welcome to the show. All right. Right. We got a little mentor session we can start getting cracking off. So brother Chris probably can tell you in the back chat that he probably seen some of my trade before. He'll tell you that I'm pretty consistent in what I do. Right. So once again, there's a person right there you can feel off, the information with and build with right there. So just let you know. So again, that lets you know you don't know who you come in contact with when you get into investing. You realize that at the end of the day, basically all it is a big think tank. You want to have all the ears and the eyes that you possibly can have on the market in your behalf every day, going out there finding a way to kind of help you make some money. So if I got to depend on Sister Monica, she might just like to trade biotech stock. I can go to Sister Monica and say, hey, what's popular in the biotech sector today? And I think ATOS gonna run. I think Merck got a new drug coming out, or ISRGR, they just sold one of their robotic surgical equipment. I think that's not gonna run today, right? So guess what? I say, well, I might look into that. Might take a position on that. All right, you might go to Brother Caesar and be like, hey, what's happening over there in the tech sector? What's happening with with Facebook? What I'm saying, and what's happening with Apple? What's going on with Tesla? And he'd be like, oh yeah, Facebook got earnings, man. They got earnings coming up. I think they're gonna do pretty good this quarter because this, that, and the third. Oh man, I might take a position on that, and that's how that works, right? So you're using the best of each other's think tank capability to once again learn how to trade the financial market, where everybody eyes and ears are locked in, giving you guys the opportunity once again to get the best bang for your buck, to get the best value information for your opportunity at hand. That's what's so cool about this opportunity. And once again, we all gonna start out for those who are very new to this. Once we get you acclimated in, and once we got kind of go hard, next week up until we go through this whole scenario, you're gonna find yourself on the end of this. Once again, once you get really excited about this here, only thing I ask you guys in return for those of you that stick it out, because I know some people gonna fall off. It always happens, right? I know about the 80-20 rule, guys. I know how this works. 80% of you guys will stay, 20% fall off. Not that you just didn't want to stay, or it might have been you didn't want to stay. Doesn't matter. Either way, is that we're going to make sure that those who are serious about this opportunity get the best of everything at their disposal to be able to trade these markets thoroughly to the best of their ability. And I'm going to give you everything I got in my arsenal to make sure that you are comfortable in your setting and learn how to trade the money under your own office, under your own reconnaissance, to the point where you make the kind of money you want from it based upon your level of due diligence, right? Just like the brother said, law of averages. There you go, right? I did international marketing before I was into day trading, right? I was working for a company called Smart Circle. Some of you guys may even know about it. International based marketing. We had clients such as the NASCAR. We had New York Knicks. We had the Boston Celtics. We had the LA Dodgers. We had hotel and spa restaurants. I mean, these were our clients. And I was obviously a market liaison between these different companies, and also New York. We had Australia rally racing. We had a lot of clients, whatever the case. But I did all that. So we deal in the numbers of what? The law of averages. It's a numbers game. More equals more. But the best thing about this financial markets is, right, it's about the right value of the people that you have around you. It's a concentrated value of law of averages. I want smart, hungry people around me, not just anybody. I take a short bus full of so-called whatever people as opposed to a big warehouse full of people that just kind of sit around twiddling their thumbs, right? Waiting on everybody to do the work. I want concentrated people around me that's serious about getting this information, right? So that's what this is going to be about. This is going to be about us using each other's opportunity in terms of our own think tank capabilities to get this information so we can take it to the next level, right? And that's what's going to be exciting about this. So again, just kind of going over some of the basics. This is just a meet and greet, so everybody get used to one another. If you want to exchange emails with one another off the live stream, we want to build a network here. Pretty much that's what it is. It's like a black folk stock market network. That's I want you guys to let that matter. This is a network, right? That's going to turn into some net worth. A network that's going to turn into some net worth. That's the goal of this opportunity here. Once again, it does not make me a financial guru. I'm not an accredited broker. I'm just offering my opinion, my insight, and suggestions, right? That's what this is all about. Getting people acclimated, getting everybody excited, getting everybody, wanting to take advantage of going into the market to get their share of it. Because it is owed to you. Trust me when I tell you that. The money that's traded on this market is owed to you. It is owed to you. And y'all know exactly what I'm saying when I say that. This money is owed to y'all. And too many of our people are sitting on the sideline not partaking in it. So again, those days are over with. We're going to get at this and make this thing really happen, right? And I'm gonna give you everything I got in my arsenal, under my reconnaissance to make sure that you have this kind of stuff. So you won't be kind of, out there trying to figure it out and go through all this and that. So I got you, right? I got you back in that regard. So no worries in that regard, guys. So I'm excited to be able to share this with you guys. It's been something I've been wanting to do for quite a while now. I just never had time to really break it down before. Let me cut off the screen share. Sorry about that, guys. I just never had a chance to really, get a chance to do it because we just moved into a new home recently. If you guys may not know a little bit about my back end story, once again, my wife's in the military. So obviously I'm the traveling spouse. Wherever she go, I follow her around until she retire. But guess what? Because of that scenario, I have a niche value that I also bring by being an investor. I mean, no matter where she go around the whole planet, I'm good to go. I'm good to go. Because my job is what? In the market. My job is going to the market, getting money out the market. And I know each and every one of you want to be in a situation one day where you can pick up and go anywhere you want to around this planet and not be landlocked by some job, by somebody, opportunity that can only, work out a certain area. You got to be there all the time. You can do this anywhere around the world. Once again, as long as you have a Wi-Fi signal, right? As long as you have initial capital to put down, and long as you have, once again, an apparatus you can trade off of, and you set for life. So I got goals I got to hit, right? I got goals I have for my family, right? I got to have money put away, for my little one. I'm trading the market, getting my share of it. So again, we can do this. So no worries. Like I said, you guys can get everything you need. Again, I'm gonna make sure of that, and then some. And like I said, we're gonna have on, special guests, if you want to call them that. That's gonna come on some of the live streams, some of the sessions that we're gonna have. We're gonna bring in different opinions. That way you can get, different spectrums of the market, right? People that's good at, technical analysis, value, and breaking down charts, all this stuff. Even though I know this stuff, but I'm gonna give you the different aspects of different opinions and values of how people see the market. So you can kind of feel it from everybody, every angle. And that's gonna be the greatest thing about this. So again, so everybody that's kind of paying attention in the back chat, if everything's kind of making sense to you guys up to this point, can you press 1? If it's not making sense to you, let me know, press 2. So we can kind of, once again, I can learn how to, make sure that I disseminate the information properly for you guys and kind of stay on board, and we can keep up with it. So again, press 1 if everything's making sense to you guys so far. If it's making sense to you guys so far, press 1. If it's not, press 2. Once again, be honest with yourself, because I want to be thorough. I got to make sure you get this information. I have to make sure that you get this, right? Because I want to have a legacy of making sure I do right, number one, by my people, but I also want to make sure that I give you the best of what I got, right? So that way in the future, you'll be protected and know how to do what you need to do to make sure you trade these financial markets properly. Right? I see my sister Coralie in the building. Welcome, Sister Coralie. Coralie is also a beautiful trader I've traded with through my brother Sal's room, right? So she has witnessed a lot of my trades. She has also witnessed a lot of my call outs. She has witnessed a lot of my level of due diligence. So another person that's there in the back chat that's also been trading. Wonderful sister, you guys can link with her as well. She's a an avid trader too, right? So for all my sisters out there think that this is just pretty much the quote unquote a man's world, which is a lie, because we know that the black woman is the supreme, whatever. But there are sisters out here that's trading in financial markets too, right? And and we're gonna get to the visual aids too. Once again, this is just the meet and greet. Real quick, this is the meet and greet. This is not the kind of the get down nitty gritty. This is pretty much the meet and greet. So going when we start doing the actual intense training value of it, we will have the visuals pretty much you'll see within the email that I sent out with all those kind of different criteria and different things we're gonna learn. You'll have all that in the back chat. We're gonna pretty much just go down that list and go through some of that information and make it make sense to everybody. So you will get that. All right. So get excited about that. So once again, welcome, Sister Coralie. Welcome, Brother Chris. Welcome to the room. I'm excited to be here, man. And just being able to share this opportunity. Like I said, I've been putting it off for a while, but I'm happy to kind of get started and start doing this because we need this. All right, because I know without, with all intents and purposes, there's no reason why we should not be investing in these markets. There's no reason. All right, you cannot give me one excuse why you shouldn't be investing in the market. If there's any excuse that you can give me, please provide it in the back chat right now. Why you cannot trade the financial markets and take your value of what is owed to you out of it every day. If there's just some reason why you can't see yourself trading the market, be it you investing, because there's a difference between trading and investing, right? Trading is kind of like in the moment, investing is kind of going long term, but there's anything about this market that you feel like that just seems like it's just overly complicated to you, please let me know right now. So I can make sure I give you all the attention that I got in me, on the flip side to make sure that I can make this stuff make sense to you. Because I know ultimately in the end, you're going to benefit from this more than you can even imagine. It sounds foreign, I get it right now, but you're going to benefit from this in the end, I guarantee it. Right? So once again, we just sat here watching, Bitcoin on my screen here, and you watching it, it's spiking up a little bit. It had a massive sell-off today, and it went down and hit as low as I think it was like about 8,400, somewhere around there. Right, somewhere around there, 8,100, somewhere around there, and it went back up to like 9,200, somewhere around there. So that was like $1,000 retrace in that little moment. So we're gonna get this stuff, guys. I mean, like I say, just get excited for the opportunity. For some of you more seasoned traders that's in here, once again, we're just gonna build on what you already know, right? You're gonna share stuff with me, right? I'm gonna learn too. I learn the same way everybody else do. That's what I love about this. I learn right along with you, as well as showing you what I have learned. That's what makes it a great opportunity because, again, I stand on that premise of Ubuntu. I am because we learn together. No one stands in front of you, behind you, we stand beside each other, right? So this is going to be a great opportunity in that regard. And you will get, like I said, all you need in terms of the websites, the information, the apps, the trading platform, all that stuff. And once again, once we get through a great portion of the information, I got some good opportunities down the road that I'm gonna set you guys up with that you're gonna really love. You guys that want to take it to the next level. Once again, I have some great affiliated partnerships with some companies, right? They're giving me the opportunity to bring in people, right, to trade their platforms or to use their scanners or whatever the case, and you're gonna benefit from that. Right? Once again, I'm out here brokering deals and partnering with people to make it easy for my people. I'm just gonna keep it 100. I trade with any and everybody. However, I know that a lot of our people are not trading, and that's what has to kind of change. So just want to put that out there. So again, real quick before we kind of get out of here, because we just want to make this kind of a meet and greet. Now, I don't want to keep you guys on here long. I know a lot of you guys are excited because I'm excited. Just for the opportunity to share this with you guys. So real quick, for all the initial questions, because we're going to correspond personally too, because that's why I got you guys emailed. You guys have mine, so you're going to ask the questions personally. That's what mentoring is about. Having that kind of communication or that pipeline of communication available, so you can kind of bounce questions off me. So, are there any questions in the chat room right now that you want answered, early on type questions, obviously, that you want answered for the next session. If they are, post them in the back chat right now, or you can send me a personal email. I'm gonna write them down and take notes so I can make sure I be on top of that for the next one. Beyond, trying to get started with the basic information. So if you got any questions that you want to have answered on the next session we have, post them in the link in the back chat right now, or send me an email personally, and I'll make sure I kind of have that stuff in play. And we talk about introductory based stuff. This is all introductory at the moment. We're doing straight introductory based stuff. Some of you guys that are more seasoned investors, obviously, you just email me too, same way. No worries there. We'll filter off the information. But are there any questions that you have right away that you want answered for the next session? Again, email me or post them in the back chat. I'll make sure I collect those and have that stuff kind of put in place for you guys for the next particular session. So feel free to make sure you put that in there or let me know. And for you guys, once again, that haven't got that initial email yet, it's coming. Like I said, we just got more people added. Sister Mo obviously got a list together of different emails. So I'm definitely going to go through all you guys' emails, send you out the introductory email. It's loaded with all the information I'll be able to kind of quantify. It's more to it, but this is more of an introductory email. It's loaded with a lot of good information, stuff that I've been able to cash over time. For some of you guys already got it, y'all can already know what I'm talking about. So you're gonna love it and enjoy it. So we got brother Sean saying breakdown cash out process. Yep, you're gonna get that pretty much. Yep, no problem. All right, it's the cash out process, brother Sean. And once again, any question you have, please answer. Ask it. Don't feel ashamed. Don't whatever. We're family in here. I always come from a position of family. All right, so make sure you ask your questions and be thorough. What's the best platform to use to trade those stocks? Okay, yep. So platforms. All right, different trading platforms. All right, and we're gonna go through all that. Trust me, we're gonna break all that stuff down. That's brother Dario. All right, so for now, like I said, if you guys have any questions, y'all can always email me. Like I said, the rest of them too. So we're gonna break all this stuff down in time. And like I said, I got some good opportunities afforded for you guys down the back end too that you're really gonna benefit from.
I got a question.
Yes.
So the emails that you've already sent out, so the email that we received that has all of the attachments and the PDF files, which one would you recommend we start looking at before Thursday next week? You think we should open up the dummies for investments one and just kind of start getting familiar with terminology?
Okay, so real quick, let me do that real fast. It's set up where it's like a good, open-based premise to kind of get started. Because a lot of this stuff you're gonna paraphrase. I know you're not gonna read, line for line for every step that you're gonna see. I mean, that's just natural. You just kind of hitting those buzzwords, hitting those trigger words, hitting those key phrases and stuff like that. So if you want to kind of, spend that free time, because that's how I had to learn. Literally, I had to go through a lot of these different PDFs. I went through a lot of different, courses. I was just constantly, once again, digging for information. So I made that become my, my passion. I want to be, on top of my thing. So real quick with the email, let me pull up.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, you're gonna get. Like I said, I got you, brother Chris, tonight. You're gonna get it. Some people haven't it because, like I said, I had, I'm very busy today because we got put the first one out for that reason, for that meet and greet, and I got behind a little. I was trading the market, and I had some mentor responsibilities today too, so that kind of pushed me back. But you're gonna get it, trust me. Everybody that wants to get that want to take advantage of this journey, this opportunity, you're gonna get that email, I guarantee you. And you're gonna like it. Like I said, it's just a good introduction way to kind of really, what to kind of really get, acclimated to, what to look at, what to watch out for, basic stuff like that. So, but some of you guys that already have it, as you see in it, there's a some introductory kind of PDF that I have already kind of set in there. Just kind of open up and read through them. So obviously one of them is called How to Day Trade. Obviously you got the Investing for Dummies. You also have Moving Averages. You have Penny Stock Gospel. You also have the Penny Stocks by Peter Leeds. He has his version value of it, right? You also have Personal Finance for Dummies, because obviously understanding that finances and trading or investing, they're all they all work in tandem in a sense, right? You got to understand financial literacy from all aspects of the market, right? If you don't understand how to balance a checkbook or balance your money, and budget well, then investing gonna kind of be, a crapshoot for you, right? Because you need to still learn how to, to toggle the numbers around. You need to understand the value of percentages in a way where if you're taking $1,000, you want to, and you're looking for a certain percentage of the market today, once again, with my 3% rule, I'm going to get into that 3% rule. Y'all going to like that one too. I guarantee you, we just looking for 3% a day. Then you'll know, again, how to also, learn how to go into the market and, and take from it what you know you need for that particular moment or that scenario, in a sense. So the 3%, 5%, whatever, okay, but we're going to shoot, we always going to aim low, and then anything over that is going to be what? Gravy, right? Or vegetable gravy for my vegetarians out there. But you're going to get all that. So yeah, I would say starting out, Sister Monica, if you just want to kind of spend this time, between now and then, next Thursday, the first thing I would, advise for some of you guys that haven't got the email yet, that's why I didn't really want to go into depth with that, because they're gonna be like, well, what are you talking about? I ain't got mine yet, But yeah, so investing for dummies, right? That's a good one to kind of start off with, right? It just gives me some basic terminology. All right, so a good a good website also is Investopedia, where they have, literally, that's like a university of knowledge in terms of understanding some basic, aspects.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep. So you guys already got the email. You already see that Investopedia one is that's like the Bible of, information in terms of terminology, right? We talk about primary source information from the most, highly thought out, incentivized minds that put together this website to break down the most, stock market world pretty much to the minutia, where, they really break it down, right? So all you guys are going to get it that don't have it. And then from there, I'll be able to extrapolate more into the ideas of what you may have in terms of, understanding different, lingos or terminologies or, aspects of the market. So we'll get to that. But yeah, you can get into that investing for dummies. As you see, I have a lot of YouTube links as well. And these are just some, you don't have to necessarily sign up, subscribe to these people. If they kind of, give you, some kind of value, then yeah, go ahead and subscribe to them, right? These are just some of the ones that I just put down as introductory stuff to kind of open up, the realm of understanding how to go out and procure information, right? Just, we spend a lot of our time, kind of just, wasting it anyway in some cases. Why not open up a YouTube video even when you're cooking? You need to be listening. Even if you're not watching it visually, you just need to be hearing what they're talking about. Once again, getting your mind, permeated with this level of information, with this new dialect, right? This new lexicon, whatever you want to call it. The more it becomes familiar to you, the more it'll start making sense to you. That's what it's all about. It's about exposure, right? So again, you guys that don't have it, you will get it. But again, also, Sister Monica, investing for dummies is a good one to start out, and then go through those YouTube channels, right? So all the YouTube channels I have on there, because it's always good to kind of have a visual and also hear somebody break it down. And then what you do when you get used to kind of, hearing me talk about it a lot, other people that's in the chat room talk about it a lot, then you'll learn how to filter through the PDF from the books, and you start saying, oh, that's what they was talking about. Oh, that's what they meant about dollar cost averaging. Oh, that's what they mean about, X, Y, and the third. You'll be able to kind of make sense of it in the end, if that makes sense to you a little bit, So there's necessarily no rhyme or no reason in terms of, what to use first over the other, right? Because it's an introductory email that I put together some of the stuff that I know that's good for people that's just starting out trading. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? If that makes sense to you. All the stuff is like very introductory based stuff before you get into the more, complicated stuff that's down the road that you may, you'll find that really it's not that complicated once you learn this. Does that answer your question a little bit, Sister Monica? Does that help a little bit?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm here.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Like I said again, guys, so now it's just a week. So if everybody could, that's in the back chat, if you want to network with other brothers and sisters paying attention right now on the live stream, make sure you find a way to get their contact information, because guess what? They may actually also have other business practices or crafts or talent that they may have that y'all can network with. Once again, this is a network or a think tank, right? And we're going to use this to grow our net worth. That's what it's all about. It's about using everybody around you in a positive setting to get the best scenario outcome for you and you, right? So keep that in mind. All right, so I'm excited for the opportunity alone to share my part to the puzzle and make this a great opportunity. And I guarantee you, For those who stick through this again, you will be, put it this way, you're gonna thank yourself later once you get.
Chris, mute your mic, Chris. Chris, mute your mic.
Okay. You
My
will
bad.
thank yourself later. In other words, you will thank yourself later when you get through this. Just keep that in mind. You will thank yourself later that you took the time to take a chance on yourself. So I just want to leave it at that. All right. So yeah. So I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I don't want to hold you guys too long once again. I know you guys got families too, staying with me or whatever the case. But again, this was just a meet and greet. So don't kind of like, well, man, you ain't go hard, man, you ain't go where. Well, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to the meat and the potato, or in my case, the kale, right, and that kind of stuff, right? But we're gonna get there. We go live next Thursday, and we're gonna have the visuals. We're gonna follow along the email, how I have it set, and we're gonna get this stuff broken down. So for you guys, like I say, that didn't get the email again, I like to reiterate that you will get it. All right. So, if there's any other question in the back chat right now that you need to answer right now, let me know. If not, like I said, we'll convene. And once again, y'all got my contact information too. You should have my phone number. And you also should have, I love Kale too, my lady. God, I'm with you 100%. It's woo. Right, health as well. Right. If you guys need my phone number, if you don't have it, I'll make sure I provide that for you. Just make sure that I have your email address. If not, Sister Mo, make sure she has it. So I can give you my credentials, meaning my cell phone and my email address in that regard. Because once again, being that it is a mentoring session in a sense, it's mentoring, you want to have access to me, right? You may have to sometimes call me at 8 o'clock, on a trading day, like, hey, I just saw something, man. Hey, can you break this down for me? And if I got time to answer at that moment, if I'm not situated with my family, guess what? I'm like, hey, yeah, let's go over this real quick. I got like 5-10 minutes. Let's break this down real quick. That's the value of my time that you're getting. Right. And that's why I made it, accessible to that level where you understand it's a family setting. This ain't no technical scenario where it got to be this, that, and the third and by some kind of overly structured scenario. That's not how you learn the market. You need to be able to have, get what you want from it in the moment when it matters most to you, when it needs to make sense to you guys, if that makes sense to you guys. Right. So availability, I'm going to do everything in my power to be available for you when you need it most. Like I said, ultimately in the end, I just want to make sure that you'll be able to be self-sufficient going forward and trade these financial markets. And that's my goal, right? And then, real quick, I'm also going to add you guys to our Discord room too. So you'll be in our Discord trading room with other traders just like you yourself. Some of them, just starting out. Some of them are very, intermediate. Some of them are more advanced. So guess what? You also got other people. You also got other people here on a daily. And these are people that's trading the market every day. So doing, trading hours a day. We are in the Discord room, dropping tickers in there. We dropping news in there about why the stock is moving. They're showing, chart status of why the stock, hit this number, where it not hit this number, why we want to short sell it, or why they want to swing it. You're gonna have access to be in those rooms with those traders too, right? Also, if you see in the email I sent, sign up, subscribe to my StockTwits account, right? So you can see my posting on StockTwit. Sometimes I post up on the average a lot. Sometimes I'm just on there, just here and there. But ultimately, it's about exposing yourself to that environment. The more you expose yourself to the environment of trading, those that trade the market, the more it becomes, once again, turnkey to you, right? So again, email me. I'll send you my phone number. Anything you may need to get started with you on the introductory email that you're going to get, and we're going to go from there. All right. And then at some point, what we're going to do, once you guys get to a point, let's say maybe a month in or 2 months in, where some of you guys may actually start, going through the paper trading phase, or some of you guys may start, actually starting to trade real money because you actually kind of, got through the, some of the intro stuff pretty fast. We're gonna have what we call it market breakdown analysis, like a breakdown of the day in a sense. Right? We may come on here and say, well, we're gonna talk about what happened in the market today. Right? Everybody kind of get a chance at air out their gains, in terms of what they did good. Some people may not did that good. We're gonna get a chance to talk about that stuff. Right? That's what's gonna be good about it. So you get a chance to deal with it in real time and not have to kind of let it kind of sit there, and you might have excited day, you want to talk about it, right? And the only people you can talk about it to is what? People that trade too, because everybody around you looking like, man, we don't know about you talking about no trading. You want to be around people that know how to trade the market. And we're gonna have, like I say, a session where we're gonna break down this information too, after the market too. So now all that stuff is coming in due time. It's been long overdue that I need to start doing this. like this level, and we're here now. All right. So as you can tell, I'm Brother Long Wing too. I can talk forever. All right. But again, I want to keep you guys from your family and stuff like that. So if there's any more questions in the back chat, let me know. If not, we'll kind of end on a good note here once again. If you haven't subscribed, please go subscribe to the Dagger Squad channel, YouTube channel. Brother Garfield, what he's doing is phenomenal. Also, his morning money show. He talks about, opportunities about money and financial literacy every morning. Every morning, he's talking about how to use your time and ability to go out there, procure some supplemental income. So you want to definitely subscribe to his YouTube channel. You also want to subscribe to his Facebook page and take advantage of watching that morning money show where he's breaking down different ways to kind of make some money, right? And some mornings I'm on there too, talk about what stocks that's that's probably pretty much going to be in play for that morning that I'm looking at. So you might want to pay attention for that too in the days I'm on there. But if not, again, you guys don't have you will have to contact with me now going forward to ask those kind of things. Once you kind of get to that level in your your investing or trading. So no worries there. So once again, Dagger Squad YouTube channel. Also daggersquad1@gmail.com for other products and services that they offer. And also you guys got my information verbatim. AfricanEmporium.com is my business, my African specialty shop. So if you guys want natural products, clothing, from Africa, woodworking, carvers, all that, I carry a wealth of that kind of stuff too. And also carry, health items to also do health and wealth consulting too. So I carry CMOS, I carry detox bags, I carry, different, snares like that, tinctures, whatever. I'm into the whole aspect of health and wealth, basically, in a nutshell. All right, but that's it. So once again, if there's any more questions, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I enjoyed this, I really did. So if you guys enjoyed this introduction meet and greet, if you will do me the honor, whether you did or you didn't, once again, I don't take it personal. If you like what you kind of heard tonight, could you press 1 in the back chat? Let me know that you kind of, was able to keep up and understand what we're going to do going forward. So I know that I'm reaching everybody, the way that I know that they need to kind of get this information. So if you enjoyed this build tonight, could you press 1 in the back chat? Let me know that everything was pretty good starting out. And then once again, this is just an introduction night. We just meet and greeting. We having what they call e-commerce cocktails and drinking ginger teas and stuff like that. It's just a meet and greet before we kind of get to some nitty gritty stuff going forward. So if you could press 1 in the back chat, let me know if you you understand what we talk about tonight, so we can be on the same page when we go forward. And I'm gonna deal with everybody once again from an individual level to a group setting. So let me know. You say can you put the site in the chat? What site is that, Brother Dario? Yeah, I have CMOS as well. I have and also all natural, wild crafted, meaning it's straight from nature. I don't do none of that pool stuff. I'm very, strict when it comes to health and wealth. So everything I get, it's gonna be the creme de la creme. I don't like to do second rate stuff when it comes to health. I carry purple sea moss and also carry the gold Belizean sea moss. Both of them come out of the Caribbean, which is the best sea moss on the planet. Comes from between the tropic of Cancer and Capricorn. So I get some every now and then. I get some from West Africa too. So these are the best sea moss on the planet. And keep in mind, our sea moss is not the same as sea moss that's grown in the Caribbean, because they don't. That's not. Y'all know the misnomer with that. People like, well, I only thought that I was supposed to have Irish sea moss. Irish sea moss will grow where? In Ireland, off the coast of Ireland. It's more thicker, it's more saltier, because in the water there it's much more, it's not as filtered as best, as clean as the water that's coming out the Caribbean. So it's good and it has some medicinal value to it, but it's not as potent as, once again, the stuff that's coming out of the Caribbean, which is the best ecosystem on the planet, right? So, but I carry both. Okay, I post, it's just pretty much my business name verbatim. I have everything set up under my business name verbatim, literally. So it's easy to kind of always access me or information about me, which is AfricanEmporium.com. And some of you'll go on this, it's tied to my Facebook page. I'm actually building a website now because I got so many different products that I carry and offer. I just haven't really had a chance to really get that acclimated to where I want. But most of the stuff on there, I can give you if you sign up for my Facebook page on there, or if you just email me regularly, what I'll do is I send you a copy of my catalog. I have a spring catalog that just came out recently too, with all the products I carry in terms of natural soaps, natural lotion, fluoride-free toothpaste, aluminum-free deodorants, because I'm about saving our people from cancers and fibroids and thyroids and all that stuff. That's another conversation for another day. I can spend hours talking about that kind of stuff. I really get real deep. We'll have days like that too, but whatever. But I have all those products that are really good for you guys in that regard. If you want to, obviously partake in those too. No worries, I got you on that too. And I just want to share the wealth of that information as well. Once again, for you guys that got other businesses out there too, man, share your information with everybody in this room. Once again, you may have something that somebody wants from in here that can benefit from. So again, use this network as a way to build with one another. It's a family setting. Share your, the wealth of your knowledge, your talents, your skills with everybody too, so we can all benefit from it. All right, and that's what this is all about. All right, so I'm excited for that. All right, so awesome. All right, so again, if there's any more questions, like I said, we'll end on a good note as we always do, right? With a lot of positivity, a lot of good energy, a lot of good, inspiration and aspiration going forward until we meet again next Thursday. Everybody, once again, you'll get the emails. You will get my contact information, phone numbers, the information that we're going to talk about also next week. I'll be able to send that stuff out to your email. So you'll have that kind of understanding what we're going to break down, for the next session. And we're just going to go from there. All right. So it's been an honor. As I always say, power and profit, Uncle Johnson L, life, prosperity, and health, health and wealth. That's my initiative. Until then, we will speak again. And we'll kind of take this thing to the next level. And share this with, once again, once you get started with this information, again, once you get acclimated with this, please make sure you share this information with everybody else with you too. Meaning others around you, your peers, your family members, your wife, your husband, your children. Share this with them. Some of them days when they ride along with you, you got it online, have them pay attention right along with you. Right? Get this information. I want to be able to share this with you guys in a way where we all can benefit from it. All right. All right. So that's it, guys. If there's any more questions, Monica, Sister Monica or Sister Chris, you guys on the back chat, you guys anything you guys would have to add?
ET Hotel. Peace and love.
All right. All right. In the words of Sister Monica, that's it. All right. So we'll speak again next week, guys. So don't, like I say, we'll get emails out to you guys. Everything you need to get started. We'll see you guys next week. Until then, power and profit. Power and profit.
I'll tell y'all.
Awesome. Right.
You just stop the broadcast on the bottom.